Hi everyone, I brought you into a special place in my house to talk to you about kicking it. So far we have worked on step 1, which is what it would be like if we kicked it. Step 2 is getting ready, and number 3 is actually kicking it. And the videos for this one are shorter, however the process, I mean I say this all the time that it takes me on an adventure, but each week it becomes more of a process. And this week I know, and you'll see this in the videos, that the process started and it's going to continue. And my pages are multiple, and I don't go into great detail on all of them about what they were, but you'll see that I had to take some action before I could get to the actual truth about something. So sit back, you know, I want to say something like sit back and relax, but it's not exactly like that. It is a process of kicking whatever it is that you've got to the curb. And I'm here with you, and you're being held in sacred space as you go through this process. And when you find any resistance, and if your body starts to have some response to this, remember it's just part of the process. And I'm here for you and keeping you in a spiritual place as you go forward to kicking your thing to the curb. Okay, everyone, we are ready to kick it. And we're going to start with a meditation. And here we go. And I want you to start by closing your eyes, dropping your shoulders, taking a deep breath in, holding it, and deep breath out. Get your feet secure on the floor. If you're laying down, feel your body distributed on the wherever you're laying. Sitting up, drop your shoulders, and go ahead and breathe in again. And if you feel tempted to just fast forward past the meditation, I highly suggest you to stay here with us. Okay. Feet securely on the ground. I want you to take a scan of your body, starting at the top of your head. And just go ahead and keep bringing the scan around your forehead, your ears, your nose, your mouth, around your neck. Do you need to move your neck? Is it sore in your shoulder blades? Go ahead and drop your shoulders. I want you to bring your awareness down your hands, extending out from your fingers. Coming back up and going through the core of your body. Through your hips, your calves, your knees, your thighs, and to the bottom of your feet. And you're going to drop a taproot straight down, going into the ground, going past the first layer of earth, which, depending where you are in the world right now, could be warm and moist, could be cool. Extend your roots out. Continue to bring your awareness down through the granite, letting your roots go out through the resistance and breaking up all the rock, slowly or quickly. When you're feeling resistance of those roots going out, just take a deep breath in and breathe back into the roots. Just letting them slide. And then the root will continue and hit the water. Is it a lake? River under the river, river under the rock. And let the roots go out there as well. On the floor. Maybe they're floating at the top. And let the roots moving down now towards the center of the earth where it's warm and then finally hot and fiery. Feel how stable you are now in all these areas. And when you're ready, I want you to breathe back in. Breathe up through the layers. The fire, the water, the granite, the earth. Right up to the bottom of your feet, right up through your calves, knees. Right up into your heart. What I'd like you to do now is when you breathe in, now that you're nice and secure and grounded, I want you to take a deep breath in, and when you let your breath out, I want you to imagine you're at the top of a hill. And as you look around, I want you to look and see what the hill looks like. What does it look around you? Are you at the top of a hill overlooking an ocean, valley? Is it just a little ways down? And as you're looking around, you're going to see something to sit on. A chair, a hammock, a throne, a bench, couch, back of an old truck. And I want you to walk up to it. I want you to walk around it. And for some of you, you've been here before. And I want you to see if it looks different. And when you're ready, I want you to sit in it. And as you sit in it, I want you to get comfortable. Do you need a blanket? Pillow? Shawl around your shoulders? And as you're sitting there, you see a woman coming towards you. And she is so happy to see you. She's waving at you. And she quickly comes upon you. And she bends down and she kisses you on the top of your head. And she's carrying something with her, and out of that bag, out of that basket, out of that suitcase, she pulls out a chair and she sits down. And you look around, you see if anything else is around her. Does she have animals with her? Is she by herself? And she pulls a small table out, sets it up, sets up some teacups, a teapot. The tea is warm. She pours some tea for you, for her. She pulls out a couple of tasty treats, and they're beautiful, and she puts them on the table. And she offers one to you, and she takes one herself, and you just sit there for a minute, munching on the sweet treat she's given you, drinking your tea. And you're just looking at each other. You haven't said a word yet. But she's so happy. She's looking She's expectantly looking at you. She's waiting for you to say something. And then finally, she says hi. How do you feel when she says that? She then takes your hand. Maybe she takes your hands. And she says, tell me what you want to kick. What is it that you want to kick to the curb? What is it that you are ready to get rid of? And you tell her. And maybe you're not exactly sure what it is. Maybe you tell her that what you want to get rid of, you're just not quite sure, or maybe you're really not ready to get rid of it, or you're afraid to get rid of it. Maybe it's about something you don't feel worthy, or fear, or angry. And you tell her. And she leans in and listens. And she says, is that all? And you tell her a little deeper. Or maybe you're arguing with her. Maybe you're having a temper tantrum. And she just looks at you lovingly. Maybe you tell her it's something that you feel it's just unfair. And she looks at you lovingly. And then she takes your hand. And she shakes her head knowingly. She lets go of your hands. And she says, I know. I know. Maybe you continue a conversation with her. And argue with her, maybe. Have a temper tantrum. Maybe you listen to her lovingly. And she says, I know. I know. And then she reaches into the basket and she takes something out for you. And she hands it to you. And if it's just behind the clock, if it's just behind the luminescence, if it's just behind that, I want you to imagine it's a clock. A gold clock.
and you take it from her. She puts her things away. She stands up. She takes your hands, helps you up. You look around and you see other people sitting there. Some of them you know and you wave at. Some you know from books. And as you look around, you wave. You say, I'll be back. And she walks you to the edge where everyone is at. And there's a magic red door she didn't see before. And she opens that red door. And you walk through it holding what she gave you. And as you get the other side and you look around, you see you're back on top of the hill that you were on before. And when you're ready, I want you to move your feet, your hands, your neck. I want you to move your body around, take a stretch. Oh. And when you're ready, I want you to open your eyes. Welcome back. Okay, so we're ready to write, and what I received in my meditation, there's always been a cauldron. There typically has been a stirring thing. It's been in there for a long time. And when my friend came back from Scotland, she brought me back something called a spurtle. A spurtle. Now, what the heck is a spurtle? It's a Scottish porridge spurtle. Ta-da! Ta-da! And this is something that's used, you know, to stir porridge, right? Well, in my porridge thing, this is also like a wand. Now, it's not, you know, a pretty wand, but this is a worker's wand. This isn't, you know, and so this has been very meaningful to me. Who knew I needed a spurtle? I use this for everything. And so I'm going to start writing about what I got. And I'm going to ask, like, what the heck did all that mean in my, now, if I want to keep it, I can, that I write, if I want to keep what I write, I'm going to put it in another journal that I have here that I've covered up, and, or I can, or I can write about it in here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and write it here because that's what I just feel like doing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start writing, and we'll see where this takes me with the spurtle and kicking my situation, what I want to kick. Like, what the heck does this have to do with my body weight and my feeling of worthiness about body weight? I don't really know at this moment. And I may not know until the end. So here we go. Okay, so I've done a little writing there, and now what I'm going to do, and then what I did is I quickly just took a look around where I'm at to see if there was anything that stood out that wanted to be noticed. And of course my spurtle, but then there was also an eraser, a seam ripper. You're starting to get a sense of what's going on here. This old, something that I used, it looks like it's a flower, the end of a flower. I have this is for drywall. A rock from a friend, gold. A piece of silk from something. But more important, this piece of paper I found on the ground, and it's by a young girl. It was left on the ground. You can see I've used it for a palette. She says, today I asked my parents if they want to be happy for the rest of their lives, and they both said yes. My mom said joy is the best way to live. My dad said that joy is the only way you can live a happy life. And this was from 2016, and I found this on the ground. So I'm not sure, and a piece of paper and some red thread from a previous class I've led, a magic bottle that was created with an artist friend of mine. I've had 5 years now. I've tried to take that out to see what it says, and I have no idea what it says. And it sits on here to remind me of her happy magic that she has. So I'm getting a sense of what these things mean. And now I'm gonna write. Now I'm back to my book. So just take a minute to look around, see if there's things around you that are talking to you, that are right in front of you. And if there isn't, that's good too. This isn't but if there is, go gather them and then come on back. So now I'm gonna write. And basically what I'm gonna write is, I'm just gonna write, please show me, tell me, heal me. Please show me, tell me, heal me, inform me, instruct me, for me, heal me, instruct me, inform, teach me, lead me, and anything else that might come up for you. And then I'm going to cover it in gesso, and looks like I've used up my gesso. Okay, so now I'm going to cover it in gesso, and I've got these brushes here, and I have just messed up all my brushes. I'm kidding you. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this off. Oh, you know what? I just realized. That's interesting. Okay, I just cut that off, but I think, no, that's too hard. So I'm going to go ahead and just move it around with this brush here, like so. And then just let it dry. So I've let this dry, and I've taken out my good paints, which are golden fluid acrylics, and there's nothing like them. They're brilliant, they dry brilliant, and it's time to take out the big guns for this one. So I've taken a green, gold, a anthracone blue, and this transparent Pyroli orange, which I just love. That needs a little bit of spritzer. And I'm going to create the portal. I'm starting to get some information. By that I mean a kind of understanding what the seam ripper is for, but I still want to open up the portal, which is what we call this, the portal to the mystery. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this brilliant orange I just love. It's very transparent. The other thing I noticed is I use this pen a lot, and this is the first time the pen has come up through the gesso. Can you see that? Which I find very interesting. It's like abracadabra, like Harry Potter, you know, magical writing. So I feel like the mystery has already begun. And I'm going to do my book this way for a change. Just get some movement going differently. And as always, when you're creating the portal, I'm not looking for anything specific in terms of a symbol. I'm just coming in here and laying down some color. Already I can feel, you know, a shift in how I was feeling about you know, my weight and being unworthy. It's kind of hard to be sad when you see colors like this, isn't it? And that's the point. It's just shifting the energy. Don't know that I have an answer for it. Yeah, I'm finding it hard to leave this open, but it's the right thing to do. Okay, so there I've got this open page. Yeah, okay, so that is the portal that I'm going to leave open now as I deal with, not deal with, but as I think about, I've got errands to run, as I think about the rock and the spurtle and the eraser and the seam ripper and worthiness about my weight. I'm feeling like the gold needs to go in now. This is kind of a pasty gold, so you just use it with your finger. Look at this. Oh, it smells good. How can that be? But it does. The gold smells good. That's feeling good. Now you can't see the gold real well because it's the way gold is. Crossing the page with the gold and the orange. Oh. Okay, there is the portal that I'm going to live in while I run my errands and ponder worthiness around my weight, how that ties in with the racing, seam ripper, rock, and maybe it has nothing to do with anything, leftover, you know, maybe it doesn't have anything to do with anything, but it gets me thinking. Okay, we'll see what happens next. Okay, I'm finding I can't keep my hands off of it. Okay, so I just wanted to show you because I've created this darker color and I'm using my left hand. And I didn't want you to see that I come back and move the book around. It's like I wanted more depth, more energy. Actually, it was just like more energy. And it's making this beautiful brown color. Just gorgeous. Okay. All right, now I shall leave it alone, I think. Oh, I love it. Oh, that just feels so good. Oh, gosh. Oh, I can put it on my face. Okay, be back. Okay, I'm not sure where this is taking me, and it's always like that, you know. My friend gave me this card which says, here, put this on and you'll look much better. Wow, what a difference. You look amazing. So I'm going to put that in there because that feels right to me about how I feel about my body, which is, you know, you always look better with a smile. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. And butterfly cards were in the back of my old address book. I kept them thinking that queries might be a good use in smashing or whatever. Anyway, sending you some. And what I realized, I'll probably cover this one up, but what I realized is in this process of kicking it to the curb, I'm going to need affirmations. And I'm suspecting I'll probably have to do a page on each affirmation. But one of the things I'm having a problem with is that I want my body to be, you know, go like this. I don't want it to be round. And so I'm going to give myself an affirmation, which is something like round is a beautiful shape. Yeah, I'm going to put that in there. And then I'm going to think about some more affirmations. Probably, I have a suspicion what I'm going to do is end up pulling these cards out and doing a Smashbook page on each one of these things. Let's see where that takes me. Yeah, okay, for now that, yeah. So my next step is this card here. I'm just going to tape this in for now. Because the way this works is you just do the next step. You don't know where things are going to take you. You don't always know. It's part of the mystery. Well, it isn't part of the mystery. It is the mystery. Huh. Okay. And then for these, I think I'm just going to put these in here for now. I'm going to put this seam ripper in there. I think I'm just going to put a little tape on that so I don't lose it. Let's see where this all takes me. Okay. I'm going to contemplate on that. I forgot one other thing, which is this tape here, which is this drywall tape is sticky. I'm going to put that up here. Oh, let's cross the page. Yeah, that works for me. Okay, now I'm going to contemplate. And there is one other thing I forgot, which is I'm just going to glue this down here. My glue gun is hot enough. Nope. Okay, so this page is done for now. Let me widen out here and show you. This page is done because I'm realizing that every time something comes up where I make these negative comments to myself like, look how round you are. And I'm going to create an affirmation and then I'm going to create a page about it. So as I continue to kick it, because I am ready to kick it, but I'm realizing it's not going to come overnight. So I'm going to go ahead and so I'm going to end this page here and I'm going to start the second page because yours may all come up on the one page, but yours also might happen like mine. So, yeah. So if yours is done, that's great. And if not, then come on with me for the next journey of the next video. So as you saw in my previous video, I did this page. I realized that this really was a portal into more pages. And I got this beautiful card from a friend. I put in the things that were important. I don't know how these are going to come up. I know that I need to start making affirmations. And the first one I came up with was about being round. And you see, I really would like to look like this. You know, I'd really like to look like, you know, more modelly, right? So, you know, just even that would be nice. You know, with nice long legs. You know, that would be, you know, nice long legs. This is what I'd like to look like. And then when I was sideways, I'd like to look like this, you know, like maybe a little tummy and then come down. This is how I would like to look. Maybe a little more like that, right? That's how I would like to look. But that's not how I look. How I look is I kind of come down like this. I'm curvy, and that part I like. You know, I like my curvy parts. So I kind of look like this. But when I'm sideways, I look like this. I'm round here, and then I'm here, and then my butt comes here, and that's what I look like. Okay, that's what I look like. And then this comes up, and then I got my boobs, and then this comes up, and my back isn't. But I don't want to look like this. I want to look like that. Well, as I shared earlier in a previous video, I eat properly. I don't overeat. I don't compulsively eat. I don't eat snacks. I don't eat in between meals. I eat properly. I eat salads. I've tried all the diets. I've tried them all. And I look like this. My mother looks like this. I'm just repeating myself. And this is how I'm going to look. So I'm telling myself, round is beautiful. I like round things. I like oranges. What else do I like that's round? I like change. Change is round. I like Christmas tree ornaments around. You know, pumpkins. Pumpkins are round, right? What else is round that I like? I'll have to think more about that. That's round. I'm sure you're yelling out, and this is round, and that is round. So I'm going to start writing here about my frustration about my shape. And the reason why it's a problem is because I like fashion. And it's hard to find fashion that looks good on round people. It can be done. My friend Laura Froelich, she did it on round people. So round is beautiful. So please show me, tell me, inform me, instruct me, because I've written about this to death again, you know, instruct me. I keep wanting to say love me, like teach myself to love myself. Love me, care for me, like respect. And of course this is more like saying show me how to respect myself. Appreciate. Gratitude. And there it is. And I'm going to go ahead, put some gesso down on here, come back and put some color on it. Okay, so it's been a day since I've done this one. And round is beautiful. And what I've discovered is that I've gotten triggered. And what I've gotten triggered by is, without going into a lot of detail, what I've gotten triggered by is all of these people that have been in my life, who've made fun of me for my body shape, been abandoned for it. You know, although that's only part of the story, of course, is that I'm getting triggered, and what I really want to do is I really want to put him in front of a firing squad, and I want to frickin' shoot him. I swear to God, that's just what I want to do. And so this is a different kind of, this is going to be a resting page, because I've got to rest this before I am arrested. And so, let's see, these things here are representing the people that I want to shoot. And this is me over here. This is me. That's right, with a gun in my hand. That'll be my gun. The gun in my hand, and I know we kind of do that. Shooting them. Oh, you've got to look at this with laughter, I swear. And for me, when everything's get really rough, it's when whimsy comes out. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of give this a little more. These are called Stabilo, these pencils. Oh no, this is watercolor. I'm just using watercolor here. And this is just helping me move past this energy. Because the more I thought about it, the more depressed I started to get. And then I realized this is what was going on. So before I can really believe that round is beautiful too, I've got to I've got to get past this. And I'm keeping it general to you how I'm really feeling. Not how I'm really feeling, but oh yeah, shoot them. I need some bullets, don't I? There's a bullet. There's a bullet. There's a bullet. Yeah. I don't really want him dead, of course. But what I do want, yeah, what I do want is just to get past all this. Notice what I'm doing is I'm just taking color. This is a water pencil, a water brush. You fill it with water, and you can get these now just about anywhere. And I just lift the color. I'm just lifting the color off of it. And I'm really not paying too much attention to what I'm doing. What I am paying attention to is how I'm feeling. Just getting rid of that. I'm going to give me, I guess, really red hair, orange hair. Yeah, just shoot them. Okay, I'm sorry, but somehow this just feels good. Oh, and I get some relief. Because of course I don't want to hurt anybody. My gosh, that may just be the only part of the page so that I can move on and believe round is beautiful. I'm going to make the bullets. Let's see, the bullets kind of go like this. Right, something like that. Okay. Yeah, well, that sure shifted energy. Oh. Stick 'em up. Okay, I think I'm going to let that sit for a minute. And so as you can see, it's going to take me, and I'll continue to go on. We started with affirmation cards. I realized that the affirmation cards was not going to be enough, that I was going to have to do some other pages to help me get past this. And now I'm going to go to video 3 and let's see where that takes me. Okay, continuing with round is beautiful. My question is round really beautiful? But really my question is, do I really believe this? Do I really believe it? And if not, why? And that's my query. Okay, well, I've been thinking about this round is beautiful and do I really believe it? I started to draw my body type and being really realistic about it as best I can. Of course, some of it's exaggerated. And what I realized was that if you take my body type and you draw it on a piece of paper and cut it out, and if you take it on a piece of paper and draw my body shape out and cut it out, it looks like a nice vase. And I thought, well, I can live with that. I love flowers. I have a thing for vases. So what I'm going to do next is cover this with gesso and then see where this takes me. Now, what I'm showing you here is not to do what I'm doing, because you're dealing with a different issue, but again, it might take you some time to process each one. And I feel led to use this card. Do I really want to do this card? Is what I'm trying to say here is that you follow your own process. You know, follow where it takes you, what the next step is. Sit and just doodle, and the most important thing is don't sit in this. Keep moving. If you feel you need to do a resting page, if you feel, irritable, if something's bothering you, go to the page. Just go to the page and see what happens. But don't stop. Okay. Let that dry. While this is drying, I also want to mention, you can feel your body also changing. Like mine right now is kind of vibrating a little higher, and my body is warmer. And for me, that usually means something. And in this case, I think what it means is that things that have been stuck are moving forward, or, I'm not totally sure. But importantly, it's just to pay attention. It's just to pay attention. Okay, so deep breath and let it dry. Okay, and now this paint gets sticky. So I just have to pay attention to that. And what happens sometimes is when you get smashing, sometimes it, as I've mentioned before, it just takes more than one page. And just smash it, Just keep going till all the energy is out. If it takes more than one page, this is when it comes to the no rules thing. If it takes more than one page, it takes more than one page. What I'm going for here is information and release over what I'm dealing with. I'm not paying attention to value. I'm not paying attention to any of that. I like the idea that my body looks like a nice big vase, and I'm really trying hard not to think too much about that. What that means even. Remember the days when we used to take things, cut them up, and fold them? Kind of go like this. Remember those days? Well, we're back to those days. Let's see what happens here. Let's see. And I'm intentionally not making these perfect. Yeah, I think what I want to do though. Yeah, that works. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a brush and some you see that? Some ink here. I love this. And I'm just gonna use it like this. And just that's working. You can see. Let me get some on here. A little more. I don't know if I'm going to use this. A little more uniform on this guy. So I've opened up another page that I have going, and I'm going to get some bright yellow paint on this. Ooh, look how that turned out. Ooh, I love the pattern on that. That's what I was looking for. Something that would stand out like that. Oh, that's so organic. You can't even make that up. You can't even make that up. Look at that. You see? Okay, so I'm going to let all that dry. Maybe that goes here. I don't know. I'll let it dry. Okay, I want to show you something. This looked kind of familiar to me after this happened organically. And what I realized, and the reason why it did, is because of this. This was the first page I did. Live life luxuriously. Things are starting to happen here. Again, I have no understanding at this point because I'm just following. But I know I just know that right now that this is to be gray because I'm following the palette of the master. Huh. Who knows a lot more than I do. So I'm going to bring some gray in here. Which I think looks amazing. Yeah. Because I know when I did this, yeah, and I feel led to put gray here too. Okay. Now what is happening now is a dance. This is known as a dance. I'm putting down gray, and then I'm going to put down some orange over the top of that. That's not the right brush. And then orange over the top of that. Just making that stand out. This is probably meant for over here. Okay, I've reached the point where I really like what I'm seeing, and I don't want to go any further. And this is the point, and now this is where I have to give up beauty. Yeah, this is where I've got to start giving up beauty. So if you find yourself in this place, push through. I'm going to copy, or I'm going to be inspired by this painting by Matisse that I've got in here. And I don't want to put this down yet. Or maybe I should. Maybe I should just leave it like that. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. And what I'm ready to do now is I'm ready to create the table that this is sitting on. And I'm going to do it in gray. This takes courage to do this because, you know, I don't draw well. Oh yeah, that'll work. I don't draw well, and I'm doing it in the camera in front of other people. But this is where the real work begins. Now, if you just absolutely love it and it makes you feel really good, no one says you have to stay and do it. But I know, like for me, in most cases, I think I need to do that. I think in most cases that I've got to push through it. So there's the table. And I know that what I want to do next is I want to create, and I think I'm going to use gesso. Okay, I know what I'm going to do next is I'm going to have some flowers over here, and I'm going to create them with my toothbrush so I can get these lovely organic shapes. Try not to think too much, keeping these. That makes all this pop up. Oh, that's great. Let's see. Make this a little bigger. Okay, and I'm going to keep pushing through. And I'm going to use my left hand because these are coming out of here. Oh, I need more paint. Okay, I mixed a little purple and yellow. I think I want to use a keyboard back there. The center of my flower. The center probably goes more there. But I want to keep going because I'm feeling this tendency to want to stop because it's too revealing or courage. Make no mistake, this takes courage to do this. So I want to mark that this is the same way that he did it. Be inspired by. So what I've got here, something like that. Probably not right. That's okay. And then a little black in there. Pop that up. And remember this, I'm going to take this now and I'm just going to use this and repeat down in here. I can tell I'm starting to get to the end because whenever gold wants to start showing up, I can tell it's getting close to the end. So I just want to get some gold around these edges here. Oh yeah. And I like how this is not attached. It's got this 3D effect going on and I'm really liking that. Really want it to stay on here. In fact, I think I just want to get some loosely along here.